Assalamu alaikum. This is Btv-Chattogram welcoming you to the English news from Btv-Chattogram. Let's begin with the top stories. Prime Minister Tarique Rahman assures quick resolution of problems prevailing in trade and commerce sector. Children to be vaccinated in 30 upazilas of 18 districts in first phase under special measles vaccination starting tomorrow, informs Health Minister. Five more children die of measles symptoms in Rajshahi and Kushtia in 24 hours. Children infected with measles being admitted to hospitals as infection also increasing in Chattogram. Tehran claims to have downed 2 U.S. jets in short period, announces reward for pilot of crashed fighter. And Bangladesh clinched championship title in soft under-20 football in Maldives. Viewers, those were the top stories. Now moving on to the details. Prime Minister Tarique Rahman held a meeting with top business leaders to discuss the country's investment environment and the challenges facing the industrial sector. The meeting was held at the Prime Minister's office in Tejgaon in the capital today. In the meeting, the Prime Minister listened to the various problems existing in the country's industrial and trade from the businessman's perspective and assured them of quick solutions. Finance Minister Amir Khusru Mohammed Chaudhary and Commerce Minister Khandukar Abdul Muqtadir and top entrepreneurs representing various industrial sectors were present in the meeting. After the meeting, Finance and Planning Minister Amir Khusru Mohammed Chaudhary held the reporters in a briefing that the country's economy has been put under pressure due to the energy crisis. Businessmen have sought government support for entrepreneurs in using renewable energy or solar power. He said that many problems of businessmen were resolved in the meeting. Many are pending and will be resolved through discussions. The finance minister said that the businessmen have called for facilitating licensing to encourage medium-sized entrepreneurs to export and opening deep-sea ports to speed up import-export trade. A special measles vaccination campaign will begin tomorrow. Children aged 6 months to 59 months will receive this vaccine. The formal inauguration of this emergency vaccination program will be held simultaneously in different parts of the country tomorrow at 9 a.m. The Health Minister will inaugurate the vaccination program in Nawabganj. Health and Family Welfare Minister Sardar Mohammad Shakawat Hussain Bokul said this while speaking to journalists at a press briefing at the Secretariat today. The Health Minister said that the vaccination program has been launched under the guidance and direct supervision of Prime Minister Tarique Rahman, so that every children of the country can be brought under protection within a short time. He said that the program will be implemented in phases. In the first phase, the activities will begin in 30 high-risk hotspot areas. After that, based on the disease situation and field-level preparedness, it will gradually be expanded across the country. The Health Minister said that, according to the information received so far, 82% of measles patients are aged between 6 months and 59 months. State Minister for Health and Family Welfare Dr. M.A. Muhith and other concerned officials were also present on the occasion. 5 more patients have died from measles in the last 24 hours and 42 children were confirmed to have measles, raising concerns as the number of infections continues to climb across the country. In response to the worsening situation, a special vaccination campaign is set to begin tomorrow. In the initial phase, the vaccine will be administered in high-risk areas across 30 upazilas in 18 districts. Vaccination will be available every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at designated centers. centers. In addition to various and previous vaccination centers, the campaign will also be conducted at locally designated venues, schools, and community centers. Meanwhile, specialized wards have been opened at all medical college hospitals and healthcare centers nationwide to ensure proper treatment for measles patients. Physicians have advised people to take children to the hospital immediately if they contract measles. The rate of measles infection in children have increased also in Chattogram region in a week. Children with measles symptoms are being admitted to various private hospitals, including Chattogram Medical College Hospital and Agrabad Mao Shishu Hospital. However, the recovery rate is also high along with the number of infected ones. Experts have advised parents to be aware of the infection of measles as well as taking extra care of children. 9-month-old baby Shifa's mother, Shrovi, has been battling pneumonia and respiratory problems of her daughter for the past 7 months. She has been moving from one hospital to another. In the meantime, a new measles infection has been added. Now she is taking her child to the children's ward of Chattogram Medical College Hospital. Not only Chattogram Medical College Hospital, the same picture is seen in other private hospitals, including Agrabad Mao Shishu Hospital in the city. There are many and no empty beds in any ward or cabin. Many parents complain that their children got infected with measles in the hospital after being admitted with a simple fever or cough. Physicians said that the change of seasons and the rapid spread of the virus in densely populated areas are the main reasons for this situation. After measles, the child's immunity is reduced, leading to serious complications like pneumonia. Authorities said that since a separate measles isolation ward was opened at the Chattogram Mao Shishu Hospital to deal with the crisis, the recovery rate is much higher there, and the spread of the infection has been controlled to some extent. Experts are advising children to be aware as well as to take extra care during this time of seasonal change. Along with personal awareness, those concerned are demanding that the government take necessary steps to eliminate the shortage of medical treatment. The volatility in global oil prices have also affected the country's energy sector. However, the government has been trying to keep the supply normal without increasing oil prices for a long time. On one hand, this is setting an example against the tendency to raise prices of goods in the local market on various pretexts. On the other hand, it is also demonstrating that any situation can be tackled through collective efforts. However, long queues of motorcycles are being seen at petrol pumps in the capital and other areas. Users say that since the government has not increased oil prices and the number of motorcycles in the country has not suddenly doubled, these long queues and the sudden rise in demand actually reflect our mindset. On the other hand, some complain that even if fuel is not available at pumps, it is still being sold in the open market at higher prices. Pump owners claim that the supply of octane is somewhat lower compared to demand. However, they are surprised that the amount of fuel they previously sold in 24 hours is now being sold in just 2 hours. They believe that the sudden surge in demand is one of the main reasons behind the situation. While general consumers are expressing relief after a long wait to get the desired fuel, they are also worried about an artificial crisis driven by the excessive profit-seeking tendency of dishonest groups. Overall, despite instability in the global market, the government is continuing efforts to maintain a normal fuel supply in the country. In this regard, affected people are calling for increased monitoring to ensure that no one can create an artificial crisis. After nearly 2 decades, the 127th birth anniversary celebration of national poet Qazi Nazrul Islam is being celebrated and held in Trishul, Mymensingh. Prime Minister Tarique Rahman is expected to attend the event. This information was shared by State Minister for Cultural Affairs Ali Nawaz Muhammad Qayyum and State Minister for Information and Broadcasting Yasir Khan Chaudhary at an exchange meeting held at the Divisional Commissioner's office in Trishul this afternoon. The State Minister for Cultural Affairs said that the ideals of the national poet will guide the prevail and revival of a healthy cultural stream in the country. He added that the government aims to restore not only healthy politics but also a healthy multicultural environment in this true sense. Special guest State Minister for Information and Broadcasting Yasir Khan Chaudhary said that qualitative changes have come in the country's politics, and this trend will also be reflected in the culture. The meeting, chaired by Mymensingh Divisional Commissioner Farah Shami, was attended by Trishal's Member of Parliament Dr. Mahbubur Rahman, along with MPs from various constituencies, district constitutions and commissioners from all districts of the division, and other relevant officials were also present at the meeting. Now, international news. Iran says it has downed 2 U.S. warplanes, with the first shot down in Konglui and Bor Ahmed province and the other crashing in the Gulf. 2 of U.S. crew members have been rescued and at least 1 is believed to be missing. Celebrations break out in Tehran as Iran's military says the downing of the planes show its forces still have fighting capability against the U.S. and Israel. The U.S. military continues search and rescue operations for a missing pilot. Meanwhile, Iranian missile attacks spark a fire at an industrial site in southern Beersheba and a house in Rosh Hain, as well as causing damage across central Israel. The war erupted more than a month ago, and U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran that killed Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, triggering a retaliation that spread the conflict throughout the Middle East, convulsing the global economy and impacting millions of people worldwide. Russia, China, and France have blocked a broad Arab initiative aimed at securing international backing for military action against Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. According to a diplomat and senior United Nations official, Arab states sought a resolution authorizing the use of force to ensure global freedom of navigation. However, the effort failed due to opposition from 3 countries which hold a veto power. Russia, China, and France said their stands were based on the principled opposition to any language authorizing force. This position has been widely interpreted as effectively allowing Iran to continue holding the global economy hostage and restricting the flow of oil and goods. More than 100 United States-based international law experts have signed an open letter condemning U.S. and Israeli military strikes on Iran as a violation of the United Nations Charter and potentially amounting to war crimes. The letter, published on Thursday, also said the conduct of U.S. forces and statements by senior U.S. officials raise serious concerns about violations of international human rights law and international humanitarian law. The scholars warned that the U.S.-Israeli campaign, which began on February 28th, was launched without UN Security Council authorization and without credible evidence of an imminent Iranian threat. Force against another state is also permitted in self-defense against an actual or imminent armed attack or where authorized by the UN Security Council. The Security Council did not authorize the attack. Iran did not attack Israel or the United States, the letter said. Now it's sports news. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Tarique Rahman congratulated the Bangladesh U20 football team for their victory over India in the SAF U20 Championship, noting that the government has already started implementing plans to establish sports as a profession. The Prime Minister said such achievements by the youth will inspire sports-loving people across the country. The Premier said driven by patriotism and team spirit, young players have provided and proved that united efforts have and can ensure Bangladesh's continued victories both at home and abroad. Prime Minister Tarique Rahman extended his heartfelt congratulations to all players, coaches, and officials of the Bangladesh U20 football team.